Good morning. Today's FMP material basically deals with a follow-up of what we've done during day 1 and day 2, or Monday and Tuesday, related to ACT and ACT review, and making sure that you did the things that you needed to do to hopefully make you successful in this test, such as the ACT, which is a standardized test. Today I want to talk to you about studying. A standardized test is kind of like playing the ball game, but there are lots of pieces that go into making sure that you understand and know the material that you will be tested on. Some of that comes from, of course, the chapter tests and the things that you go through as it relates to your regular normal school environment. Dealing with that, it's very important that you take the time to study. The school day is 7:50 to 3:05 every day here at Florence Freshman Center. Important that you understand about the fact that it's 7:50 to 3:05 is this. It's going to take more than those hours to be able to make you be successful as a student. Research says that students who make A's in classes are students who read the materials prior to and after class. That means that they study. The idea of studying is just basically this. You dig deeper. You read. You actually survey and process to try to extend the learning that takes place when you're with the teacher during the course of the day. And if you're extending that, of course, that's not happening when you're with the teacher. It would happen outside of the normal school day. There's a couple of methods that people say are very important when it comes to studying. One thing is, of course, the SQ3R method. That basically, the S stands for survey. That means that you look at the big picture as it relates to what it is that you're studying and discussing in class. The Q, you question. If there's a chapter or you refer to a book, you basically take the headings of that chapter and make them into questions, because that's what the big ideas are. And so you survey and look at those big things, and then of course you make questions, which becomes the Q. Then the 3R is this. You read. Read is the first of the R. The second R actually starts with the W because it's right, but it sounds like R, so it's called R2, which basically means that you write questions and you write the answers to those questions. When you write things down, you have a tendency to be able to remember them, and that's the idea of what happens. And then you recite. Basically, recite means that you say things over and over and you commit them to memory. It's not that you try to temporarily memorize them. You're actually trying to learn them so that you make them a part of who you are and that you have them down. And that basically is the idea of what goes along with making sure that you're a successful student. Tomorrow when you come into FMP, you're going to have a little bit of a review. I want to go over a couple of the questions that I want to make sure that during the course of this week that you understood. One being, of course, the fact that it's important that you understand that the school day is more than 7:50 to 3:05. What is that? That's the time that you come to school here at the Florence Freshman Center during the course of the day, 7:50 to 3:05. Have you ever taken into consideration that over 30 minutes of that time is spent changing classes, and 23 minutes of that time is spent in relationship to going to and coming back from lunch? That means that there's not really a large amount. You have a large amount of downtime during the course of the day. I just wanted to put that out there for you. It doesn't mean a whole lot, but I just want you to hear that. Also, the difference between an A student and a B student, it's important that you know. It's that they read. That usually is the difference. Definitely is. ACT, during the course of the week we discussed that. It stands for American College Test. The average score of that test, of course, will be the highest score that you can make is a 36. The lowest score that you can make is a 1. Most people tend to fall in a range between 1 to 36. If you get a 26, of course, that's the idea that, hey, you can get a scholarship almost anywhere you want to go, 26 and above. It's very important that you know about the ACT, that some schools have a minimum score that you must score on the ACT just to even be considered to be able to go to school there. So it's a very important thing that you understand as it relates to that. When you're taking the ACT, there's no penalty for guessing. There's going to be something that you may not know, something that you may not have seen. You can guess, try to rule out what you know would be a distractor or an answer that's not correct, and then try to go from there to be able to determine what the right answer is. Very important that you understand that. And then, of course, it's very important that you know that studying is an extension of the learning that hopefully takes place during the course of the school day. Survey, look over all the information. Q, question. Write questions from the information that you see. Read, and when you get through read some more. Recite, say it over and over again, repetitive, so that it becomes a part of who you are. And then, of course, write things down because it helps jog your memory. That's the extent and basically what we were going to make sure that you got today during FMP to basically understand that studying along the way helps you make the building blocks and connect the building blocks that will help you be successful when you take a standardized test. Thank you very much, and I hope you all are enjoying your time here at Florence Freshman Center. Hope you all have a great day.